YouTube, man, welcome back. We doing another one today. This is gonna be the complete build on the MDR. As of right now, man, this is where it is. It's set in stone. Unless I find a better MDR, I'm not gonna get any better stats. So I'm gonna tell you right here why this is the best build and what you should be running and all of this shit. For now, man, this build is set in stone. I'm gonna show you a Deadeye build within the next video, but I figured let me put this out quick so everyone can really see like what you're looking to do. Let's get into it. Barracks, of course, man. Health, exotic, damage, resilience. You don't. The minor attribute don't really matter anymore on these chest plates. If you play 8v8's always the last stand, that shit don't matter. So increase kill XP or whatever ammo capacity. You're never gonna run out of ammo playing 8v8. So that really doesn't matter. But you want health and exotic damage resilience right there. That's a guarantee. Roll that to firearms and then firearms mods with health in there. So we have that. And now we're gonna go to our mask, exotic damage resilience again there. The only difference that I would do with this mask, if I get another sentry mask, would be take out the damage to elites, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It's good for like the incursions and shit. That's the only reason I left it in there, was to do them damn incursions, because the fucking elites, man, they're fucking crazy, man. On legendary, they take so much damage, so I left it in there. But I would put maybe burn resistance if you're a straight PvP player and you don't care about legendary and getting exotic drops and all of that shit. I would change that out for burn resistance or shock resistance, whatever one you're lower on. So we have those, and again, the mod is firearms with health. Everything's really firearms with health. Go to the knee pads, man. Firearms rolled, health in them. We have shock resistance on there. We could get burn resistance. Like I said, burn and shock is all we're looking for here. Damage to elites again isn't bad for when we do PVE and we're trying to get those damn legendary missions done, and the damn challenging and heroic fucking missions and all that shit. Get them out the way. A little bit of damage to elites doesn't hurt, so we left that in there. Either way, we have that. Get over to the holster. You can either run nimble. As you see, I have a nimble holster. I didn't roll this one. It's not the best roll. You can run nimble on this build. I don't really suggest you running nimble because the savage gloves are so much better than nimble. But if you like to nimble around and be annoying with that shit, you could use nimble. I'm gonna put that out there. But I use a sentry holster. We have a high firearms roll, low stamina, but still 1200s across the board. Health rolled into it. We get over to our savage gloves. The reason why I say savage gloves is for that increased crit hit chance when enemies are out of cover. That's basically all your gunfights in whatchamacallit, PvP. You're not really fighting people that are in cover for the most part. You're fighting people in the middle of the street and shit, or capping a point. So we have savage gloves, assault rifle damage, critical hit damage, crit hit chance. God roll would be having that crit hit damage up a little bit. I think 18 is the cap out, 17, 18, something like that. But either way, we have the savage gloves and all of that shit. We're gonna need those. And then as we go over to the backpack, we have a sentry backpack. Like I said, really you can run savage gloves. I mean, if you don't have a Barrett, what I would do would have to be a sentry chest plate probably, and then run a specialized backpack and place it a sentry backpack. That's what I would tell you to do if you don't have a good Barrett's. Or run a vigorous here. That's another bet. A vigorous is very good if you have a person that you run with that's a healer build, man. That shit will keep you alive all day. With their overdoses, man, you're always gonna go into the gunfight being OD'd, but that's a whole nother video. So we have that, and now we break down my gun. My MDR, I'm missing the top slot, which I'm still on a hunt for a better MDR, but this thing shreds as it is. You definitely need brutal on it, man, and you don't want to be rolling competent. Keep the last talent the way it is. It works. It's good for everything really. PVE wise, you hit a flashbang, boom, 18% added damage. You don't really need competent on this gun because it shreds. I would say top talent wise, run deadly or run prepared. Either or. Prepared is probably a better bet because you're gonna be fighting people more or less like long lines of sight. Prepared will help you out. A little bit more damage there. But if you get brutal deadly, that's cool. Whatever. Definitely brutal though, cause you're aiming for headshots always. You want brutal there. My backup gun is MP7. Brutal deadly responsive. I have one that has deadly, competent, and hurried. It's good combo too there. You can do a whole bunch of shit right here. This gun, this MP7 shreds, man. There isn't really much to it. You just want that backup in case you stuck in, up close gunfights. You don't want to be fucking trying to gun people down with MDR. So let's get into the shit, man. What you're gonna want to run? Definitely booster shot. As you can see, we hit booster shot 621, and this isn't in the last stand game mode. Last stand game mode, shit. On booster shot, I'm probably close to 600 and maybe I would say like 55, 60 DPS, and my toughness is probably almost at 370 or 380 toughness. So don't worry so much about your toughness being low. Aim for a benchmark on this build of 340, whatever. You can go maybe a little bit lower. I wouldn't go too low. You know what I mean? You're really glass cannon if you go into dark zone and all that stuff. But you shred. You have so much DPS to back it up. Like, you're gonna shred people. But either way, man, that's gonna be the end of this build, man. Like I said, the only thing I really have is I have to get another MDR with that last slot. Like I said, prepared or deadly, and it's over, man. This build is complete. I'm gonna be breaking down that SVD whatchamacallit build next. Deadeye. Deadeye's pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's another build that you can just shred people even on console. So that's gonna be the next one we're gonna break down. But this one's complete, man. 600 and what? 121 on booster shot. It's pretty crazy. You put a skill power behind it, it's over, man. We be streaming this shit always, cooking legendary missions and all that shit with it on top of it. So that's gonna be it for this one, YouTube, man. It's your boy Funeral Service. I'm signing out, man. If you liked it, give me a like. If you dislike it, give me a dislike. Leave a comment if you need help trying to find some of this shit and what you really need to be doing. But I'm out, man. Be good, YouTube.